My name is Dr. Robert Minetti, and I want to bring you a tip from AccountingED. And one of the things I want to do is talk to my fellow CPAs about a fraud that we're starting to see. And you need to be aware of this as tax season comes about. And what I'm talking about is professional identity theft. So how does professional identity theft work, and how does it affect an accountant? Well, we're probably all aware that there are times when people who can't, get into a profession have stolen the identities of people in the profession in order to pretend to be a professional. A classic example of it is Frank Abagnale. You might remember him. They did a movie about him called Catch Me If You Can, where he pretended to be an airline pilot, a lawyer, a doctor. Well, one of the things we're seeing in today's society is criminals assuming the identity of CPAs in order to file fraudulent tax returns with the IRS. And what they're doing is they're filing fraudulent tax returns in order to get the refunds. And a lot of times when we're dealing with the tax return season, which is coming up, we have to be aware that they're out there doing this. And we've seen reports where criminals are making as much as $40,000 to $50,000 a day by having these prepaid debit cards with the tax return money on them sent to the criminals. They go ahead and spend the money, and when you as a CPA go to file your client's tax return, you get a kickback that says, wow, that return's already been filed, so now you've got to file a paper return with the IRS and report, file the identity theft affidavit and follow up on that. And that's a separate topic, but what I want to talk about is one of the tools the criminals are using to file these false tax returns, and it's called professional identity theft. So what they do is they go to the State Board of Accountancy, and as you're probably aware, your CPA license number is public information. It's published online by the Board of Accountancy. So now they have your name and they have your CPA license number. Then what they do is they get a business address, usually a P.O. box, a 3x5 box that rents for $10 a month. They're going to pay 6 months up front in cash, no questions asked. Now they have an address. Now, once they have that, then they use your license number and that address to get a PTIN number from the IRS. That PTIN number allows them to work around the system. Instead of having to file 150 tax returns using TurboTax and all being filed through the same program, which is going to be unusual, now for a small investment of around $300, they can buy a professional tax software filing system. And once they have that, they use the PTIN number and your CPA license number to file fraudulent tax returns in your name. And when all of those refund cards come out, they steal the money. The first time you're normally going to hear about this is when you get a letter from the IRS saying that they're holding disbarment hearings on you for filing fraudulent tax returns, or from the State Board of Accountancy that they're looking to revoke your CPA license now because you were filing fraudulent tax returns. And your response is, but what are you talking about? I don't even do taxes. But you've been the victim of professional identity theft. It's important that you protect yourself, that you go online and see if anybody's advertising your name or your CPA license number in conjunction with tax returns that you're not actually working on. Make sure one way to protect yourself is even if you're not doing tax returns, go out and get a PTIN number. Even though you don't use it, what you're doing is locking your name up and your license number so that an identity thief can't get a PTIN number in your name and use it to commit fraud. So we need to be aware of professional identity theft because it's been increasingly an issue for CPAs and members of the tax profession. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention and give you an opportunity to understand how the crime works and what you can do to protect yourself. Thank you very much and have a great day.